Okay, hey guys. So now we are going to see the new chapter, class 10, the first flight, English, a letter to God. Okay, Rose. So there was a farmer in Philippines. His name was Lencho. Okay, this is like an fantasy story. So this Lencho, no, he lived with his family and children in a valley. There was only one valley there was only one house in the valley, and he had no friend or neighbor. Okay, so he had his corn field. He had cultivated corns in his field, and he was waiting for a good rain and shower to get a good harvest. In order he can get some money, right? Okay. So the rain came. Ranchu was very happy, but along with rain, strong wind also came. So first, what happens? Ranchu comes out of this house and he says that today it's going to rain. So his wife says that okay, let's see, and then she calls everyone for dinner. Suddenly, the rain starts to come, and the rain came, and suddenly, so what happened? He compares this raindrops with new coins, with new pesos, as it was promising him a good harvest. See, when the crops get rain, then only he will have a good harvest and he will have more money, right? So he's comparing that here. Then when they are eating their dinner, before that, Lancho's wife calls everyone for dinner and they started eating it. So when when they started eating, so what happens? Suddenly this rain, with this rain, heavy wind begins to blow, and suddenly Lencho was tensed. Then suddenly it changed to hailstones. So hailstone starts to fall on the whole cornfield, on whole valley, and he thought that no, this time we'll go hungry and we'll not have any food. Because after some time, after the hail stopped, when he comes out and sees, it was covered fully with hailstones. It was seen like as if someone have thrown salt everywhere. Okay, and the small children in his family collected that hailstones and they were playing with that. Okay, then when the rain came, when starting rain came, he was happy. But along with the rain, strong wind, when it also came, so he was very worried. So this hailstorm destroyed the cornfield. Then she was very sad. The loss of his crop. Now he had no other option to get money and feed his family. So now he had no other go for his family, because now no one would help him. Okay, so he had no money. He's telling his family that this time we'll be hungry this year, we'll have nothing to eat. So Lencho had no neighbor to take help, so he decided to, but he had one faith in God. Okay, so that faith only created one thing I want to say you, which is in the text lines of your textbook. So a plague of locusts would have been more than this. So this Lencho, he tells that this snow came and it destroyed everything. It does not leave any single thing. But if an locust is an insect which comes, we can also say it as grasshoppers. So it comes and eats everything, but at least leaves something behind. But this he is comparing the hailstorm with locust, as it does not leave anything behind. Okay, so at that whole night, Lencho was very worried, and he decided to take help from God. So he wrote a letter to God and requested to send 100 pesos through mail. Okay, so I'll tell you what he wrote. He wrote, God, if you don't help me, my family and I will go hungry this year. I need 100 pesos in order to sow my field again, to live until the crop comes, because the hailstone. He wrote to God on the envelope, put the letter inside, and still troubled, went to town. At the post office, he placed a stamp on the letter and dropped it into the mailbox. So he these are the details he wrote in his letter. He's going to the town specially for this, and he's dropping the mail. Nothing in the letter he has written. He has requested 100 pesos to sow his field again. Okay, he buys stamp and puts it in the mailbox. So then when the postman comes and takes over the letter, he sees the address to God, and he laughs. At the post office, the letter was first received by the postman, who laughed at the foolishness of Lencho. So this man, he laughed at the foolishness, which means he laughed at the. So he laughs that Lencho is illiterate, but he knows how to write a letter. So that's what. But the postman was very considerate to protect the faith. Okay, so this postman, he laughs and goes and gives to his postmaster. He gives, and the postmaster was a fat, amiable. Amiable means friendly and pleasant. He was a fellow. Okay, so this guy also was laughing first, but immediately he turned serious by tapping the letter on his desk. So he thought that what faith this person have. I wish the faith of the man who wrote the letter. So he's thinking that not to shake the faith of the writer of the letter. So he decided to help him. However, this postmaster gave an amount from his salary, and he collected a few amount from his friends and the employees in the office. So, and he decides to send the reply to the letter. Okay, to the letter. So he did this, giving 70 pesos. So next day, Lencho came to post office after receiving the letter. He got angry. When he counted the money, instead of 100 pesos, the letter had only 70 pesos. So he believed that the rest amount was stolen by post office people. He called them bunch of crooks and wrote another letter to God, request to send the remaining amount, but not through post office. So this postmaster is there, no? So he decides to send a reply to the letter. He also writes, I'll tell you that, wait a second. He finishes the reply letter and sends to the postman. Next day, the Lencho, he comes whether he had any reply. When he got the letter from the postman, the postmaster was very eager to know what was his expression about Lencho's expression. Okay, so but when Lencho opened the letter, he was very angry because he asked for 100 pesos, but God gave only 70 pesos. He thought that God would not cheat him. Then it was coming through the post office only. So he thought that the post office servants would have taken that, would have stolen that. So again he buys stamp letter and he writes, God, of the money that I asked for, only 70 pesos reached me. Send me the rest since I need it very much, but don't send it to me through the mail because the post office employs a bunch of crooks. So he's thinking that the post office members have stolen the money. So he is again writing a letter that God, the money I got only 70 pesos, so send me the rest of the money, but not through the mail post office because they are a bunch of crooks. These employees are a bunch of crooks. Okay. Next, God has many faces. He always helps those who are really in need and seek the help. He is always ready to embrace and support us in many different ways. So next what happens is the postmaster, till this it is the end, they didn't say about what was the postmaster's reaction to this. Till that letter he wrote, it is ending. So I'll show you some of the meanings of different words. Here you can copy it down. You can pause and do it. Here I have a few questions for you to do. So I will read out them. Who does Lencho have complete faith in? Which sentence in the story tell you this? Why does the postmaster send money to Lencho? Why does he gain he signed the letter God? Next, did Lencho try to find out who had sent the money to him? Why or why not? So try this, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope now that you understood this lesson. Okay, meet you in another review. Bye.